artist that works with Oops a Daisy. My main artwork that I do is mural painting, and I'm very pleased to have my reproduction sold through Oops a Daisy. This is my daughter, Maeve.
Hi.
Tell them how old you are.
I'm 11 years old.
So Maeve, you want to talk about some of the work you did in the mural?
Yeah, well, I helped do some of the leaves and the bushes over here. And I helped get in some base coating of the sand and over there with the leaves too.
Right.
And so I also helped with the mountains a little bit.
Right, that's right. So actually, I got Maeve involved in the parts of the mural that she could help me with, and that way she could kind of feel it was partly her work too, which was really exciting. And then I did a lot of the detail work, obviously, but it was really great because Oops a Daisy asked us to talk a little bit about working together as a mom and daughter, which is fun and always a little challenging. But we came around with a few different craft projects that we thought we might share with you guys that any parent and child could work on together. Okay, so I'm starting in with a palm tree. I'm going to frame the window with 2 palm trees, and often what I'll do is I'll start with the center where the palm tree is going to go. In this case, I want it to go up on the ceiling as well as on the wall, so it's going to kind of frame the scene for us. And so what I usually do is find the center of the palm tree. In this case, it's where the window, wall, and the kind of ceiling and the side walls come together. And so I created sort of some spokes like in a wheel, and I usually make them so they're about the same kind of diameter, radius I guess is more the right word. And then I just lay in layers of it. So you can see this is just kind of the messy first layer. I'm mixing some green and some kind of a little bit of a darker blue, and then I'll go in and I'm going to make these a lot lighter. But to start, just to create the form and some shadows underneath, I go in and just kind of lay it in. I'm using a foam brush, about a 2-inch foam brush that you can get at any craft store. And just kind of laying in just a basic palm fronds here, just to create a sense of space. This is a mixture of some, I use semi-gloss and gloss enamel paints. So they're very washable. I do obviously a lot of things for kids. I want things to be practical and washable, which these paints are fabulous for. But right now I'm using, it's a kind of a navy blue with a brighter green, and then you'll see I'll bring in these other colors to highlight the palm fronds and make them look more realistic. See, I'm building up layers. I started with kind of a darker bluish green, if you will, and then kind of layering in where I'm using a variety of greens to kind of create some sense of highlight and shadow on the leaves. You always pick a side that's your highlight side where your light source is coming from. In this case, I want the light coming from the right, so that means everything on the right side is going to have more highlights. The left side is going to be more in shadow. So I've got some of that reflected here, but I still want some light in these leaves. So I'm kind of doing a layering process where you'll see sort of a hint at the individual palm leaves. Okay, you can see that with my brushing strokes, I've often let areas of the background sky blue come through, and that's just to help give a sense of light and depth. And if I sometimes overdo it, like in here, I might go back in and cut in with the background color and help pop it out to give more leaf shapes. Okay, so I'm going to go in and I'm just adding a little bit of highlight to some of these to kind of make them pop out. Looks more three-dimensional. When you walk in the room, what's going to be really great impact is I'm going to have 2 arching palms coming on this wall, and they are going to frame the window and this part of the scene. What's really cool is because of the roof line, my daughter, when she lays in her bed, which is going to go here, it's going to look like the leaves of the palm trees are coming right over top of her bed. So I think that's going to be a really neat effect and give it a real 3D pop. So I'm working on the hibiscus flowers in this bush over here. I'll start with the flowers first and I'll work in the greenery around it. And basically I started off, I kind of designated them with a white background. Now I'm layering in the pinks with a hot pink kind of base. This particular paint's rather thin, so I need to do several layers to get it to the right look. So I kind of started with the one layer and then again, using my highlights and shadows, kind of create the sense of the flower petals. And again, I'm remembering which side my light source is on, which is on the right. This is the finished project that Maeve worked on, her picture frame, where she used some of the elements we discussed, which are seashells that we collected at beach trips, and also glass beads and things that kind of reflect the idea of beach glass that you might find on the beach. And then I put some, you can also add some to the top of the frame, kind of for a whimsical touch. The great thing is now she can fill these pictures with pictures of her friends and our time as a family at the beach, so it really ties it all together. This is the mirrors that we bought at a retailer, and we just took it. It was very simple. They were bright green, which could have gone, but we wanted them to look like bubbles, so we painted them white and then put a glitter glaze on top. The third project, which was another fun one, is to take just a regular unfinished wood dresser or an old dresser. You can, if it's an old one with paint on it, you can sand it lightly, prime it, and paint it. In this case, we bought unfinished wood. We primed it, painted it white, and then added some fun touches. And Maeve, would you talk to what you did to them?
Yeah, so I did little stripes that kind of go along with my bedding.
It'd be fun, and kind of, if it has some wiggliness to the lines, that sort of adds the character, and it's really fun that she can look at her bureau and her picture frame and her mirrors and even the mural and know that she had a role in it. And I think that makes it extra special and makes her feel like this room is really her own.
Yeah, I really like doing all of it because all these fun crafts are cool to do too. And
none of it was hard to do.
Yeah,
it was
all pretty easy to do. And it's really something fun that I think a lot of people should do to bring some more art into their homes.
So I'm really pleased that Oopsie Daisy asked me to show a little bit more about the work that I do professionally as a mural artist. And it was particularly fun to work on a project that was in my own home and for my oldest daughter, so that we could show how you can involve your children at an appropriate age, of course, to get into helping with the painting and to make the project feel like something they had some ownership on. It could be airplanes, it could be a jungle, it could be a princess theme. Whatever your child's heart desires, it's possible to do again. And if you're not up for trying it yourself again, Oopsie Daisy has a remarkable line of artwork that can provide you with the artwork piece, and perhaps you can do some of the craft projects in addition. But I think it was a really fun project, and I loved that we got to do the mural. And we also tried to do some other things that, again, could help show people ways that they can use their creativity at home. So I hope this has been helpful, and I really hope you enjoy and maybe try some of these projects yourself.